Welcome friends to this NPTEL MOOC module on handling healthcare survey data. We are on the third week of our module. Myself Dr. Pratap Mohanty, I am a faculty member in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. This module have been assisted by Mr. Kamal and Milind, and they are preparing some of the contents of the lecture, and we are together developing it for your readings. In this particular lecture, we have thought of including one lecture purely on understanding STATA, though previously in the previous week we have applied certain aspects of STATA, but I did feel that you guys require certain understanding on the basic statistics or basic understanding of STATA. Now, without delay, let us understand the genesis of STATA so far. So, as per the STATA Corporation, STATA is in fact a complete integrated statistical software package that provides everything you need for data analysis, data management and graphics. This STATA allows to store and manage data of both large and small data sets. This helps in undertaking statistical analysis on the data and create some really nice analytical graphs. The official website is mentioned here as http://www.stata.com. Students or instructor short term license request, you can get it through this website. The instructor license for some maximum of 1 week is actually provided by STATA for your operation. We are also doing the same for in front of you all for your exercise, and so you guys can also hold it as early, so that all our successive modules on STATA would be better understood to you. Now, as a comparison with other packages for data processing and analysis, we have listed like softwares like SPSS, SAS, STATA, JMP or SAS, R, Python, etc. Now, among all those comparison, one, that is STATA, has almost all indicators, and its analysis is considered to be very strong. Okay. And this is also affordable, though there are certain open sources. Open sources are also suggested, like these R or Python. These are free softwares for analysis. We all know that SPSS is widely used because though it is expensive than that of STATA, but since it was initiated quite early, people might have been using for more time. But regarding graphics and regarding user interface, there are certain differences between SPSS and STATA. Graphics especially, it is in the STATA it is quite good, okay, and SPSS is usually point and click based, though there are syntax also available, but most often people use through point and click based method, whereas in STATA it has both the content, but programming is more suitable for everyone. STATA is a general purpose statistical package created in 1985 by STATA Corporation. Its capabilities include data management, statistical analysis, graphics, simulations, regression, and custom programming. The name STATA is a syllabic abbreviation of the word statistics and data. The first version of STATA, that is STATA 1.0, was released in 1985. The latest version, though I referred in my analysis, is STATA 16. Okay. So, STATA 17 has also been released, Okay, and we refer to the here we have written one name, that is STATA 16 of the version June 2019, since we have used in our different modules. Okay, you might get a copy of this one through STATA for 1 week of 2016 or 2017. Okay. So, regarding all those guidance, we have also made it, I have made it in my previous module on handling large scale data with STATA. There are different versions of STATA available, those are very new to STATA. I am explaining for them, and I know that for them it is going to be very useful. But those who have already used and STATA, you need not follow all the between the lines. You may skip some of my contents. Okay, so for the first time users of STATA, I think this is quite useful. STATA IC version, STATA AC version, and STATA MP version. There are majorly 3 versions we use. IC version is also called intercooled STATA. This is the standard version of STATA, and this can handle up to 2048 variables, and that of 798 independent variables at a time, and 2 billion observations. Whereas in case of special edition of STATA, that is in short called AC, this handles up to 32,767 variables, of which 10,998 independent variables and 2 billion observations can be handled with STATA. This allows longer string variables and larger matrices. That is another advantage of the AC version. MP version, that is multiprocessor multi-core version, is the best one. It has fastest and large. It is the fastest and largest version of STATA. This can handle up to 1,20,000 variables with 65,532 independent variables and 10 to 20 billion observations. So, isn't it too huge? And mostly most of any sort of data could be handled. How you guys can able to launch STATA in your computer? There are multiple ways to launch it. Okay, like first option is to go to the start all programs, then STATA. Okay, double clicking on the STATA icon on the desktop. Okay. So, if you just simply here we have referred to 13 version in my photograph. Okay, 64th edition, it is depending upon the processor how it is like this, and accordingly you can install whether it is 32 bytes based or 64 byte based. You need to check it. Then double click on a previously created STATA do file. If you want to go with the explanation of do file, I will explain all those things. The do file is called .do with the extension with .do that is in fact saved with do file. In the do file we can save all our syntax, all our operations. By double click on a previously created STATA datasets, one dataset can be opened. It has the extension of .dta. Okay, STATA data files are defined with .dta. Okay. Now, the STATA users interface, how you should see it. I can just open on your screen once, then you can go to the respective field. Then, okay, so STATA interface, where what you would get, you have variables, this the variables section here on the right, then its properties, then the command over here, then you can check all those review of commands on the left, file, menu bar, browsing. I will explain all those things with my PPT. Okay, so PPT is going to be very useful in clarifying all other details. Starting with main menu, there are 3 important aspects we deal in STATA. One is called main menu, then toolbar, then windows. Okay. Main menu, what is that? Basically, this is the narrow toolbar located at the top of the screen. So, all those toolbar which are located on the top of the screen is called main menu. What do we mean by narrow toolbar? What do you mean by narrow toolbar? These are in fact called narrow toolbar. So, like these are all narrow toolbar are in fact defined on the main menu, whereas the toolbar is in fact located just below main menu. Basically, what is this? First one is called main menu. Then the first was file, edit, data, graphics, statistics, user, window, all are called main menu. Within that there are some toolbars. Toolbars is called file, open file, then save it. These are called toolbar. Then what do you mean of windows? Windows is the display, all the display on the screen. The main there are 5 main windows. These are called result window, review window, command window for the variables, properties window, etc. These 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and okay, variables. Okay, so variable windows, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth windows are displayed on the main window screen of STATA. So I have already shown to you. Then result, where does result come? Here is the result. In this section we get the result. Then variable is here, property is here, then review is here, then command is here. Okay. So you can able to get all those things through the operation. Except for the result window, each window has its name in its title bar. So result window does not have its name, it only displays the result. STATA is a command driven package, as well as it has drop down menus from which different commands can be navigated. Okay, so from the drop down menu we can also able to find out result as well. So drop down menu, like if you want to go to data, then you want to combine data set, it has options. Okay, if you want to go to data, then you want to sort the data, you can do it. Okay, like you can edit the data. So these are various options possible through STATA. So there are two options, one is called command based, another is called drop down menu based. These are all explained here. Now main menu, as I already mentioned, then toolbar, toolbar is mentioned here, then review is mentioned here, then result window is here, log status is here. There are some clarification also required on the case just log on or log on with SMCL. Okay, we'll also clarify that. Then command window, then properties window, it explains about the type of your variable, then its format, then it's what is the number of variables, number of observations, okay, and its size and memory, etc. And regarding variables, I have already said that it shows all such variables in this list, okay, and its labeling is also defined. So on the main menu we have we have interactive menus as well, like tip to know a description of each menu. Simply point over each icon, it will show it, okay. Whether it is file or it is edit or data, graphics, statistics, user, window, help, etc. On the file menu can be actually used for opening the STATA data sets, import data sets available in other formats. So on the file we can get so many things: import, then execute, etc., save, export, okay, we can able to do it. So far as edit menu is concerned, we can able to copy or paste text among command, results and log windows. This is useful to copy a table in results window to another file. On the data menu, we can able to get the information about the data, like describing data or manipulating data. Okay, describing data or manipulating data, you can easily do that. Here data, you can describe data. Once your data is opened, we can describe the data. Okay. So, this is possible. Then graphics menu, this is useful to obtain different quality graphics, as we already mentioned that STATA gives better graphics than that of SPSS. Statistics menu, similarly this is useful to often menu driven statistical analysis. Respective commands will appear before the result from this command that can be directly launched from the command window. So, from the command window we can get the statistics. Alright, like respective commands will appear before the result from this command, and that can be directly launched from the command window as well. Coming to user menu, like once you click on the user menu, you will get various possible STATA commands. Okay. Then window menu, this helps in navigating among the windows from one to another one. We can use Control plus tab to cycle through all open window inside main STATA. This shortcut tab can be taken. Control plus tab, Control tab will give you different windows that has been actively taken for the analysis. Last one we are also explaining is called help menu. Help menu is most important. If you are stuck somewhere, you are not getting the right direction, simply type a keyword whichever is striking to you on the help menu. Okay. So, this gives searches. STATA has more than 15,000 pages of documentation that accompany every copy of STATA. All the searches and command related to help can be accessed from this help menu. So, this is the toolbar, as we already said. This is next to the main bar. This is located just below the main menu. This provides shortcuts to some frequently used facilities. So, frequently used facilities are actually explained or are given in the toolbar. Like once you keep your cursor over that particular one particular icon, it will display you its name. How to use STATA dataset? You have to go to this folder, open likewise this, how to open STATA dataset. Once you click here, you can go to file or go to this folder, open. From here wherever you have kept the data, you can simply click on that, then open, it will be displayed with the dataset. Okay. That we can also do it. It is here, there are some of the data file we also created. Any data set we can open before you. Okay. So, we have already opened a data set here, just a sample data set. I have opened it. This is the browsing data we have created. We will be using this later. Okay. Why these are in different colors, these are in red color. I will also explain it to you later. Okay. Now, coming to, I have already explained how to open data set in STATA. Now, make sure that you are saving it. You need to save the data set currently in memory to disk. Okay. So, if you do not save it, it is not taking your STATA memory to the disk where you want to locate it. Then use this print, use this icon to print results. Basically as we all know that this icon is for printing. Once your result is derived, you can print it. Logbook is very important. This is very helpful to create, helpful to creating or to help to create, pause, resume or exit a log of the session. So, there are various functions you can able to do it through the log file. How to do it we will also tell to you right now. Log file saves the output in text format, that is important in text format. Log file saves the output in txt format, whereas log SMCL I will come to it in text format. From the text format, like log file saves the output in text format from the execution of commands except of graphs. So, graphs are not taken to the log file, alright. Rest of the commands could be taken to the log files. Like this icon, the first icon, it is for help. Okay. The second one is actually on a graph window. Then third one on this particular slide is on do file editor. Click here to launch the do file editor. I will also guide you what do you mean by do file editor, what do you mean by log files. Okay, so one check, just in a second I will guide you. You go to file and you click on log, it will begin. You have to click on begin. Now, once you clicked on begin, it directs you to save it with a name. Okay. Let it be log of today or log of that particular file. Maybe you are working on health of 75th round, you can take the name as log 75th round, log 75th. Okay. So, that why we are doing it now, by default it has taken the format as log.smcl. SMCL, this indicates that you are going to save the STATA results as it is, like STATA. Okay. But if you are doing it .log, it will by default save the results window results in txt format except the graphs. Okay. So, .log is and why we are taking these two differently, because .log is going to create text file and it consumes very less space. These are in notepad file. So, this will be in some KB. Okay. But if had it been in SMCL, that is like it takes in a picture, it takes like a picture. If you save it in your computer, this will be consuming huge space. That is one of the advantage of log file. Then next is on clarifying do editor, do file editor. I will also tell you it is located here. Here is do file editor. I am just keeping my cursor over it. New do file, once I click it, it will open the do file editor. Okay. Now, what it stands for? It stands for writing all your commands in this particular page. It's like syntax, you can save these for later purpose. Anytime you can open it and run from it, it will give you the result very quickly. That is one of the biggest advantage of STATA. Okay. Data do files are text files which where the users can store their commands and reuse it for reproduction of the results rather than typing them again. Like there are huge commands, commands like pages. If such pages you may not even remember, like you are entering commands after commands with its variables, its byte space, its position, its number, position, everything you are writing. But later on, if you have forgotten to save it, you have to re-entry all those commands where there is a chance of entering error. Okay. So, your do file is actually correcting those things. That is in fact one of the biggest advantage of STATA. So, this is in fact the icon which I have already told to you, and this helps in creating new data set or edit existing data set. Okay. One of the tips is given that is you never use data editor. Okay, this is not do file, sorry, I think I have discussed about here the do file. Here is the data editor. Data editor is useful for creating new data set or edit the existing data set. Alright. So, one tip is here that you should not use data editor to make changes to the data set. Okay. If you open the data editor, there might be some possibility of committing mistakes and which cannot be checked later on. Okay. Browse data set is useful to see all your data. It is often used by the researcher. In the STATA window, we have these two. This is data editor and this is data browse. So, we suggest that you please open always data browse instead of data edit. This is the one screen opened in front of you is data browse. Anything you cannot able to just change it on your own. It is not going to give any sort of changes. Whereas in case of data edit, all figures could be changed. Like this one, now you can type and change it. All right. So, once you are changing it, it is very difficult to come back to the original data. All right. So, if you are doubly sure that you are supposed to correct your data set by data editor, then you open it, else it is suggested not to open data edit. Rather, data editor browse is more important. Then next is clear mode condition. Clear mode condition, I suppose you are stuck with something you wanted to move on, these options basically tells data to continue when it has paused in the middle of long output. You have given a command, it is kept on rolling, it is not coming up with the final result on your screen. Then in that case you can click on this particular icon. This will this is not going to pause. If by any chance it has paused, it will correct it actually. Okay. Break, the next icon is break, like you want to stop your, you might have given a wrong command, you want to stop that, or there is a pause in your work, you can also stop that command as well. So, this break is going to stop your command. So, next important aspect in STATA as a starting point of STATA handling is STATA windows. We have already said the command window. What does it indicate? Command window, we are supposed to give all sorts command, okay, writing commands like regression or even logit or even tabulation, maybe describe, maybe summarizing, all those things we can do it through command window, which is located at the bottom, usually at the bottom, but you can also set it, drag it to your convenient position. Okay. This is located on the lower left. Okay. Type commands here to tell data what to do with the data. This supports basic text editing, copying, pasting, command history, functions key mapping, variable name completion, etc. From the command window like pressing page up, okay, page up like steps backward through the command history, page down steps forward through the command history, like page up or paste down command on the keyboard. If you just click on, it will give you the earlier commands. Like on the screen, if I just do it, suppose I have simply done one thing. I have what I have done it like this. Suppose I will type something here, anything I will type, let it be suppose I write here is tab, okay, or describe one variable des, any variable on the screen, just one variable here. Okay. So, this by entering it gives us describing about that variable. Okay. Again suppose I type sum here, sum a variable, another variable, let it be yes sector, let it be anything, at this moment you simply do it. Okay. So, what we do, we get another summary, since it is a categorical variable. So, it is not going to give any result for its summation, okay, or summary statistics of its variable. Sorry, not summation, its summary statistic mean standard deviation is not going to be derived. Now what you do, I wanted to show you page up and page down. If I just on the keyboard, if I click on page up, it will show me the previous command. First page up. No, on the keyboard. On the keyboard, I will only click on page up command. Okay. Yes. Now just first click on the page up command. It gives us the first command which we have entered. Another time page up. If I just click second time page up, another time, it will give us the previous command. Okay. So these are all clarification here, quite essential. Then from the command window, if we press like page up, page down, tab auto or escape, that is clears. Okay. So these are important, you can just experiment on your own. We will be most often using these shortcut keys for our STATA operation. Okay. So the result window, how it looks like? It looks like this. This contains all the commands and their textual results entered during the STATA session, including error messages as well. Okay. This is also going to show us. The review command window, that is on the left hand. Usually we keep it on the left hand panel. Okay. So this gives all the commands we have already entered, or this will be showing it here. All those commands which are correct and incorrect. If your command was incorrect, it will show in red color. Okay. That is why we have highlighted. This displays successful commands in black. If your command was successful, this will show in black. If the command was unsuccessful, it was not a correct command, then it will show as red. The review command title bar toggles the visibility of these tools. Clicking on the filter button will show filter. Okay, like here any sort of command you have done it. Here if there are some error commands, error are there. If you click on the filter, it will filter you out to the correct command. If you are not taking off, you are simply copying all those things together. Okay. If you are just simply copying all those together, all your wrong commands are also going to be copied. So before copying all your commands on the review window, you are supposed to correct, that is filter the correct one. Okay. Here like the filter command, the filter button will show filter command correctly. Text entered in this field with will filter the commands appearing on the review window. Then this is the filter command and its symbol. And this one is click here to hide the unsuccessful command. Once you click here, all those wrong commands will be closed. Okay. Then only the filtered one will be left. The variables window, what does this mean? This is basically located on the top right. This shows the list of variables in the data set. Double clicking on a variable in the variable window puts the selected variable at the insertion point in the command window. Once you double click on it, it will take our variable to our command window. The properties window, this displays properties of selected variable and data set. I have already shown to you earlier. This shows properties here on the right hand side. Okay, it shows its observations, it shows size, its variable type, its label, its type of the variable like string or non-string, etc. Okay. Then this shows shared properties when multiple variables selected at a time as well. So these are all details. I think we need not explain you much on this. Rest of the clarification, I am sure you will get it and understand very clearly once you operate STATA on your own. There might be initial errors, but don't worry at all. You will be very handy. You have to take the patience, have the patience, and work out through the STATA, and this will be make you more handy with STATA operations. This lecture, the next week onwards, this week onwards, we will be focusing on STATA operations, okay, and this is going to be quite useful throughout your work. With this, I think I should stop here and looking forward to your participation. Thank you.